Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
What's going on YouTube, Diggy546? This is a film session I wanted to do. I've been thinking about doing for a little while on Aaron Robinson. Of course, he's the corner that we drafted this year in the 3rd round. We're projecting him to be a slot corner for us because he did it a lot in college. He primarily was a slot corner in college, but we're projecting for him to do it to us, but we think that he can play outside, that he can project to be an outside corner because he has all the physical tools. He has great size. He plays physically. But I like him a lot in the slot. And he's going to be competing with Darnell Holmes his rookie year. It's a big adjustment to be a good corner as a rookie. So we're not going to be judging how good he is just from his rookie season. And Darnell Holmes, of course, had a really good rookie season. So it should be an interesting competition. And he is right here, number 31 in the slot here. And he is going to man up. Everybody across the board is manned up. Everybody's manned up. And you got one safety deep, so that's a cover 1. Cover 1 coverage here. And you're just going to see him man up all across the board. And he's going to get physical at the line of scrimmage. Nothing special here. Nothing special here. And he's covering the receiver. Covering this receiver while at the same time keeping his eyes on the quarterback. Not fully turning his head around. Fills the receiver so that way when this receiver comes out of his break, he can go with him whether he's looking with him or not. And then he sees that the ball's being thrown. His eyes are on the ball. Now a lot of corners would not make this play because they see the ball is not going towards the person they're covering and they kind of just jog out of the play. But Aaron Robinson actually makes a great play of the ball getting swatted, and he's right there to make the interception. And, of course, he takes that down the sideline and does a great job with some pretty good blocks. That's definitely a block in the back there, but does a good job of returning this for a touchdown. So, again, we got Aaron Robinson in the slot, number 31. You can't really see the number that well, but you got him in the slot, and he's going to immediately identify that this is basically a design short pass, a design quick pass, a design screen. And he's going to get a little bit of the receiver in the slot, press him a little, and then he identifies the quarterback is basically staring down the flat. So he stares down the flat, and Aaron Robinson is already breaking on it. That's perfect position for a DB to already have the first step on tackling someone who can't even gain momentum because they have to wait for the ball to come to them. And he's going to close that distance there. And this is what I like from him. He's able to identify a lot of these short passes, a lot of these screens, and get in the way of them. But this particular time, he does not make the tackle. So he misses this tackle, but he slows him down. And, he got some yards after, but if his teammates would have done a little bit better job rallying, this could be a tackle for a short gain or for a loss. But you're not going to make the tackle every time. He's a guy that likes to go for the big hits. But like I said, you're not going to go for the tackle every time. He goes really low here, and he's able to just the runner is kind of able to just let his leg go and just let take his momentum with him, get back on balance, and just keep moving up the field. So next time he's got to make that tackle, but great identification. Now here we got Aaron Robinson again. What do we say about Patrick Graham's defense? Versatility. That's what we want from Patrick Graham's defense is players that can do a bunch of things, players that can be moved all around. And you see Aaron Robinson blitzing out of the slot, essentially, a little bit. I mean, not necessarily an outside linebacker role, but pretty close to the box for a corner. That shows that they trust him to really go and be tough. And he's just going to blitz right out of the slot here. Nothing crazy. And it just shows that he's able to do it effectively, which I'm pretty excited about because he sends a lot of corners on blitz, Patrick Graham does. So he's just going to come on this blitz, do a great job of bending the corner, and get involved in the tackle here. He got credit for this. I mean, I think he ended up getting a little bit of a jersey. But, watch him going, duking it out with an offensive tackle and trying to get in on his play. So with some of the things with Aaron Robinson, he's right here in the slot again. Some of the things I'm kind of worried about with him would definitely be his positioning sometimes on deep routes. I think that he's really good in the intermediate area. I think he's very good in the short area. But when he's dealing with deep routes, he can sometimes get out of position. And I'm not sure he has the greatest ball skills. I mean, I showed you one where he was able to be aware and get that pick six. But sometimes on those deep routes where you have to judge the ball, or you have to, try to see where the ball is going to land based on the receiver's positioning, he's not the best at that. And again, he's at the bottom slot of your screen. This is going to be man coverage. He doesn't get a jam at the line of scrimmage. And at this point, he's basically already out of position. The receiver stacks. He's got him basically on his back shoulder. He's got him at his mercy. He's trailing, trying to get back in good position. But he's doing a good job staying with him. That shows the speed that he has. And the ball is a little bit underthrown. And it ends up having to be a tough catch. So, just his catch-up speed, his make-up speed made that catch a little bit tougher. But the ball was underthrown. And this could be very easily a catch in the NFL. So he's got to get stacked a lot less, because I see this happen. I see this happen pretty often, where a receiver is able to stack and kind of use his body against Aaron Robinson. As far as if this ball is placed where it's supposed to be placed, which is over the other shoulder, there's nothing that Aaron Robinson can do, because he has to go through the receiver to break up that pass. So that's just something light. I mean, I don't really worry about this long term, because, again, watch the makeup speed. He doesn't get run away from. And that's just a technique thing he's going to have to fix in the NFL when while he has NFL coaches. So I'm not worried about it. Here we got Aaron Robinson again, right here in the slot, the top of your screen. Now, first off, this just shows the confidence that UCF's coach has in their DBs, that he's just playing all out man. No help over the top for Aaron Robinson. There's help on the other side. And here's another time where Aaron Robinson doesn't get a jam at the line. He just kind of mirrors him at the line, which is fine. Lets him get to the outside. And you see, this time he doesn't let him stack. This time he's right in position. But guess what? A great back shoulder throw is undefeated. There's nothing you can do, especially when you got a guy making a one-handed catch on his back shoulder like that. That's a ridiculous catch. But I like the coverage here. I like the coverage because there's usually not going to be a back shoulder throw and a one-handed catch in these positions. I would say that this is decent coverage. So what do I think of Aaron Robinson? I think that he's going to be a cog for us to use, for Patrick Graham to use in his defense. I think he's going to be moved all around. I think he's going to do a lot of blitzing. I think he's going to be probably our primary blitzer out of the slot. I think even more than Logan Ryan and more than Darnay Holmes. They did a lot of blitzing from that spot. I think Xavier McKinney's going to do a lot of that too. But I think Aaron Robinson might be your primary blitzer. I think Aaron Robinson is going to play a lot of slot for us, share time with Darnay Holmes. I think Aaron Robinson might get a couple of snaps outside. Hopefully there's no injuries. If there are, then he'll definitely be playing outside. But I think this year is just going to be just a year where he'll get his feet wet, split some time with Darnay Holmes, and, duke it out in a slot. And I think it'll end up making our secondary better altogether. We got two young slot corners that I think are going to be really good in this league, and that's not a bad problem at all. So Aaron Robinson, he's a physical guy. He is a speedy guy. He is a guy who is able to diagnose things in front of him quickly. But the only cons I have for him is probably he gets stacked a lot. Receivers get behind him. And it's not that his speed, it's not really that his speed is lacking. It's just sometimes he just lets people get behind him. And because of positioning, he gets out of position. So if he can just keep better position on those deep routes, I think he'll be just fine. I think he'll be pretty good for a rookie. Usually as a corner, there's a learning curve. But I think he'll come out of the box pretty good as a rookie. I see his skill set translating pretty well. So you guys let me know what you think of Aaron Robinson after seeing this film session. What did you think of him after seeing that pick? And let me know who you think I should do next. So if you made it this deep into the video, I'm calling you a D6 squad member. If you're a D6 squad member, you got to hit that subscribe button. You got to turn on that notification bell. And listen, I make all kinds of content for NFL teams. So if you're not a Giants fan, don't worry. I'll cover your team. If I'm not covering your team, let me know. And have a good one.